2, 1, action.
Hello out there and welcome to yet another edition of your program, Fourth Estate. In this program, we look at issues from the perspective of the pen. How have we fared? And today we are still looking at the political terrain because the 2019 election is still on the front burner. I am Olufunke Faduba, welcoming you to this edition. I have with me Mr. Adiola Samuel Ilori. He is a public affairs analyst. You are welcome, sir. Yeah. Also, I have Omolara Olushaye, a communication expert and researcher. You are welcome to this program.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's start by looking at the 2019 election. At what point can a result be cancelled? Mr. Samuel Ilori, at what point?
At any time where the provisions that allow cancellation of elections surface, irregularities, violence, disruptions, ballot snatching, and so those are the area of ground for cancellations of results. Also, where they have overvoting, even if there is no what do you call it? Even if there is no violence, there's no. It's part of irregularity anyway. Overvoting, where the numbers of accredited voters is lower than the vote cast. You cannot determine whose vote is not correct, who overvote or who vote twice or who vote thrice. So the best you can do justice to that area is to cancel the vote. So those are the grounds for cancellation of votes.
If we look at the outcome of the Osun Election Petition Tribunal, it's like they were doing mathematics in court. Omolara, do you what's your observation on that?
For the Osun elections, the courts rightly held that. No, I don't want to use the word rightly. They held that they did some calculation, to say, which the other party has
gone on appeal.
Yeah. Because the calculation to most people, having had to set aside the results, which was obviously read at the polling units.
And at the collation center.
Yes, and attested to by party agents. So I think to a large extent it's still left for the courts to look into it to see if it's within the ambit of both the electoral law and the Nigerian constitution.
Samuel Ilori, there was a dissenting judgment. The chairman of the tribunal held that no, we can't do that. That the returning officer had the power to cancel. Is that true?
The land judge that read the lead judgment was in error. Number one, the court cannot turn itself or to usurp the power of INEC by calculation and declaring results. No. It's not the work of the court to do that. The tribunal does not have the power to become a mathematician.
And there has not been any precedent.
No, I can't. Even the 12 2/3 that we had in the days of Awolowo and Shagari, it's not about calculations of vote. It's about what make
a tutor
because of the evenness of our numbers that period of time. So, to me, I believe that the Court of Appeal will do justice. Then another pronouncement which I have read in the judgment of the
Justice
Obiora, saying that the cancellation of result by the returning officer is illegal and is unknown to the law. And I now wonder if there is any other law that guides electoral what have you
that he knows that
we some of us don't know. First of all, if you go to the provision of the Constitution, the third schedule, that is a section 15. It is so clear onto whose arm rests the power to do anything relating to election. The law says
And
that,
at what point?
at what point? At every other point. The law says in section 14 subsection 1 of the third schedule, paragraph F, which happens to do with the formations and compositions of independent national electoral commission. The independent national electoral commission shall comprise of the following, like that. Now it comes to their function. It said that is subsection 15, paragraph F of the third schedule. It said the commission shall have power to organize, undertake, supervise all elections to the offices of the president, vice president, the governor, deputy governor, the members of the Senate, House of Rep, and House of Assembly at each state of the federation. Register political party in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution Act of the National Assembly. Monitor the organization and operations of the political party.
So the returning officer is assumed to be representing INEC.
INEC chairman. It is not even assumed. It is the duty given to them as at that point in time. Even you can consider them as an ad hoc staff.
The returning officer in this particular case cancelled some results at the state collation center.
Let's hear the provisions of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended.
Okay.
Section 68 subsection 1
Yeah.
say the decisions of returning officers on any questions arising from or relating to 1. unmarked ballot paper, 2. rejected ballot paper, and finally declarations of scores of candidate and return of a candidate shall, not may, nor will, shall. And in law, when you hear the word shall, it means it's mandatory, nobody can challenge it. Shall be final.
If the law is as definite as Samuel Ilori has been
No, not as I put, as the law put it down.
As he has quoted,
provided
as
in the Electoral Act 2010 as amended, section 68 subsection 1. It's clear, it's in black.
Why would somebody then go to the tribunal if it is?
The law is says further that it is that final decision of the
returning officer
is subject to review by a tribunal or court in an election petition proceedings under this act, which implies that it is not a statement of Justice Obiora that will bring that kind of judgment. It is not by becoming a mathematician. You understand? What the law means by that review is that to look at the premise on which that cancellation took place.
Was it justifiable?
Was there any presence of that event that warrant that cancellation?
Or was it instigated?
Was there any? Because in cancellation, there is a pronouncement to say due to irregularity observed. I've told you before you can cancel the election, there must be an irregularity, there must be violence, there must be ballot snuffing or overvoting. So if that one of those reasons was the reason the election was cancelled, why the law says that it is subject to the review of the tribunal is that there should be no what we call malafide, which is malicious kind of action
on the part of any of the officers.
Any of the officer of INEC. So if such emanated, that you just take law into your own hand because the provisions of the law give you such power, then the tribunal will review whether your decision to cancel it was right or wrong. Not that the justices will now declare that the power of the returning officer is non and void under the law or is illegal, that is not allowed, or they should turn themselves into a mathematician.
Let's look at thank God the other party has gone to has gone to appeal. Let's wait because we are not the court of law. Let's look at the role of observers. The American Observer Group, the EU Observer Group, they came out and said certain things were wrong. Of what importance is their observation?
I think it's for best practices. Across Africa country, we all know that during election, we all have observers, both local and international observers. They come into the country, they look at what the electoral body is doing. They look at the state of preparedness of the body, and they also go around the country, which they did in the case of Nigeria. And at the end of the day, they came out with press release looking at different areas to say this is what was the situation, this is what they think could be done better. And like, I don't think it was I earlier mentioned that they helped in supporting INEC, some of the international donors in terms of voters' education, which I noticed around tertiary institutions. They did a lot of work, especially among the young people. But it's another issue saying that if they actually came out to vote, that's another issue. But they went across. We had organizations that had even musicians. We had Two Face Foundation and some other, quite a lot of celebrity, supported
INEC in terms of enlightenment.
In terms of enlightenment, using their brand, to call forth their generation, which is the young people, to say your vote is your right. Go out and cast your vote.
Mr. Samuel, would you agree with that? Because to me, I think enough sensitization was not really done. Because if you look at the number of cancelled, voided, don't let me say cancelled, voided votes, it's massive.
Especially at the presidential.
Yes,
1 point something.
It's too much. And what could have led to that?
Yes.
And how do we prevent?
Let me say it over. INEC is not doing enough.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wait until the date of the market and you're now beginning to cultivate the
farm.
The farm that will produce palm oil. It's not done that way. Every 4 years is an opportunity for you to prepare for another election.
Yeah.
And they actually have a commissioner for that.
For voter education.
For voters' education and awareness.
Maybe they do it in the media alone.
The question is this: what is that department doing for 4 years that will now remain about 2-3 months to election? You start testing. Those are the areas. What is NOA doing? National Orientation Agency. What are they doing? Or is election not more germane to every other thing that
survival of the country?
Some of them, since the advent of what is called this man Musewe or what have you, Otumba Segun Olusewe, NOA has gone comatose, has gone silence, and personally I hardly notice them or know exactly what they are doing anymore.
Even you could have reasons to want to doubt if they are still in existence.
And I think this thing cut across all government MDAs, all government regulatory agencies. Do you understand? Except maybe NBC that bite and back when they felt that things are not done the right way and maybe against the ruling government at any point in time. It's not just only this one. How NBC have always become a whipping tools. For me, the same thing is happening to NEC, Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. It is because of their inefficiencies and inactiveness that give rooms for the discourse to do whatever they do. Because it's not that the law is not there. The same thing is what I see in the area of INEC and voter education. Voter education should start now.
Ahead of the next 4 years.
Engage the service of some of us that have NGOs that deal with elections, voter education, voters awareness and voters enlightenment. Let it be something that will be periodic, going from town to town, from region to region, from state to state. Engage the work of the local government chairman, collaborate with them, synergize with them. Let it be known that election is not something that you can just wait until when you want to contest before you start talking about it.
There must be a period of courtship. They must cut the electorate.
What makes some of the electorate to look at it? Who am I going to vote for? If you look at the last election, you are even talking about voter apathy. Sometimes we don't look at it from that angle. Many of those people that contested, all you need to see is just their poster like obituary everywhere. People don't know who they are. They don't know why they are standing there. Just see different kind of picture pasted.
And once the election is over, they whistle out again.
No, on a good day, if you are preaching to me, you want me to vote for you. So it's your poster that will make me to know who you are.
I also think just to support most of the points, like they didn't do enough in terms of carrying out carry along the civil society. You know, because I know engaging quite a number of women-led civil society in Lagos State, which most times we engage in carrying out voter education. Most of them were saying that they didn't get any invitation, or they didn't. Nobody
is talking to them.
You know, even trying to reach out to know when to get materials, not even financial incentive now. Then also in terms of voter apathy, I think most people, you know, are just tired. When they look around their community, they look around what the politicians are saying and what is obtainable. You know, they can't equate, they can't marry the two. And people have, I won't say they've lost. Will I say some people even believe that
you cannot blame anybody in that area. You can only blame the people themselves.
Okay, the citizens.
Yes.
In what way?
We are too lethargic. We are too dosa. I'm telling you, some of us are in the vanguard of so many things that affect the citizens in this country. They can only, when you go to radio and
they could classify you as idle people.
But call them out to say, like I said the other time, what we want to do in April 6th. I know very well, despite all the effort at reaching out to people and say, this thing, like I do to say, it's not I'm proud, but I'm saying it vocally that some of the things that I fight for cannot affect me. Do you understand? But on a good day, like the Yoruba will say, you are fighting because of Oja. Oja is asking you who is making noise behind my house. That's exactly the way I see Nigerians to be. There was a time I used to take up some local government chairmen in Lagos State here, because I always wanted to start from my own environment and challenge them as to what are you doing to people. That is what made me to know some of the chairman of the local government today. I can mention 1 or 2, 3 of them that are challenged onto their what are you doing? You are just collecting money here and there. And some of them that even go about you know, with financial malfeasance. We are able to put them up. But where are the people that is going to support you?
Let's look at another issue. I'm sure INEC is noting its own areas of lapses that they need to at least reports should come up at the end of an exercise.
If that should be the case, all these areas we are talking about in the area of voter education, enlightenment and awareness, Jega was fantastic in that area. If you see in Lagos alone, during that period in time, the then rec, Dr. Ogumola, we worked together to make sure that Lagosians collected their PVC. How do we become ally? We led protests there for the first day that they said they should come and collect PVC, and there was a problem. And he saw an opportunity of those people he had been waiting for. And he collaborated with us on our own. There was a friend of mine that has an open roof, this thing, space board and speaker, who go to different, because we have his backing, he call all his local government rep and tell the EO and say, these are the people that are working, anything they need, give it to them, and we work with energizing.
Let's look at.
But these ones, we don't even know what they are doing.
But maybe the money was not released on time.
We paid? We were not paid. I say it on air. We were not given a dime. It was because of the enthusiasm of the man in charge that received us.
Let's look at results. When we talk about transmission of results, you will see that maybe an INEC official will be abducted on the way to the collation center. Some will be attacked. In fact, in some cases, some were killed just because they were holding election results and they were going to where they needed to do the final collation. How are results transmitted?
Of course, today they are still being done manually.
Couldn't we have improved on what we are doing? Couldn't we have improved?
I think we should have learned a lot of lessons, like you said, from Professor built on
Jega's
legacy. But it's quite unfortunate. This election has really exposed in this century when other African countries
are getting it right,
moving to the next level in terms of using ICT smartly. You know, you can see even clearly on TV when they want to submit, they will take. You can even see the sheet, S-pass, you know, sheet of paper.
And that one is due to the numbers of registered.
Get
We will
outside
come to that. We will come to that.
So I think
I will
it's
hit that
something
leg on that.
we could use technology to cut many of the gaps and human-induced factor. Like we don't need to lose life, in terms of
For serving your country.
Unfortunately, our environment has not allowed that. And let us just put the blame where it ought to be.
Where does it belong?
Politicians, their desperation.
Exactly.
You see, I keep asking myself, if it's about service, why should you become so desperate?
Just to serve
Am I
you.
not the one to determine whether you can work? I mean, some of them that are vying for positions of authority right now have worked in one organization or the other before, where they have to write, I beg to apply, and they have to interview you. Should you now get to that place and force yourself on the employer? Because we are their employer. Maybe some of the reason why they do what they did, and they even use us at the end of the day, they use some of us, is because we don't have that consciousness. That is the area where INEC voters education
It's
you are the
necessary.
employer. You have the determination.
You hold the ace.
You hold the ace. You should determine who you employ to work for you, and how you can also query them when they are not doing that which you want.
Let me quickly intervene in that. Those who have been elected, we are calling them governor-elect, deputy governor-elect, senator-elect, House of Rep member-elect. But you see all of us paying homage, going there as if they have become the Mecca and Jerusalem. Should we be doing that? Is that not part of why these politicians get swollen-headed and they are not seeing themselves as our servants?
I think that's part of the main. But I see it's changing. We could see in this election some states where things didn't really work out the way people thought. There are some states where the people said, this is who we want. Look at for instance, the issue of Dino Melaye in Kogi State. People rightly all over the country. There are some are still wondering, and how come was the election rigged?
I think what she was asking
Is
was that why
paying homage. Why do we
see
why do we idolize? We idolize them.
It is still boiled down to the same thing, that people of Nigeria have not seen themselves as the employers of this
I
elected
think
officials.
the most people, especially the community people that vote, they have the begging mentality. People want to do graduation for their kids.
They need a politician.
Go to the chairman to say,
I need some money.
I want to Christian. Yes, I want to Christian.
Who impoverished
They are
them?
not asking. They are not demanding for road,
Who impoverished them?
for water, for basic things.
Amenities.
Then another thing that we are not asking, which is very important, which should be one thing that we should all do collectively, both the civil society and speak out against this. What are the roles? There was a time I was part of a project sponsored by the office of the NGO run by the current vice president, Professor Yemi. They said know your councillor. That was the project, and Onigbongo down here. Discovered that many people, they were like, even Yoruba said, Tani, who? They don't even know. They don't even have a face. They don't even know them.
You see, when you get to that
they don't even know
grassroots
who they
level,
are.
the problem is the election modalities.
And they don't even know their role,
Do you
what
understand?
they are supposed
The
to do.
election modalities, until the elections of the local governments and councillorship are taken away from the state, you may not get the true pictures of who your
Elected officers are.
You understand? You see, this grassroots thing is supposed to be the template of what will evolve
At the higher level.
and the Lord, the Bible
You are saying the suppression starts
if
from
the
the local
foundation
level.
be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Where we are supposed to be, because if, like somebody like me, I am not also boasting. My chairman, local government cannot take me for granted. Me, as a person, my group, Vote for Service Initiative, that deal in the political right there, it cannot. Also my councillor. You understand?
Because you know them.
Because they know me. I don't know them, they know me. They know I can put them into trouble. They know I monitor their activities. So that is supposed to be the consciousness of every other.
But you were raising an issue. Poverty has so many faces. mental poverty, financial poverty, moral poverty, even in terms of rights. Some Nigerians don't even know their rights. They have
I would like to disagree with you.
Okay.
Look at that small girl that went viral.
Yeah.
Say if you beat me, you will beat me. Me, I'm now. Who beat die me? That, what can you call that? What is more poor than what that girl look like? When you cannot even pay 800 naira worth of illegal fees.
Our own is financial poverty. But when you talk
if you have financial poverty,
determination,
you will have moral poverty, you will have psychological poverty. Do you understand? All these things are embedded in the financial status.
I still believe
If that should be the bedrock of why you want to discover, but it is not as a result of that. It's as a result of over time. Maybe we call it the military jackpot, the interregnum rules of the military that have suppressed our psychology of intuition. That may be the reason.
We've lost our identity.
And because when the military left and the democracy people came in, we have always been having ex military as our leader. So they come with that kind of mentality as well, that once a military is always a military.
Omolara, you want to contribute to that?
I just want to add that many people don't really know they are right. For instance, you are talking about the issue of the electric. You were just saying
of power,
disco and all that. Many people that are educated, many people don't even know what all these bodies do. Somebody was saying that when you don't, there are a number of days that they have to give you before they disconnect. There are many issues that people don't know.
Let's quickly, because of our time. There is a lot of inconclusiveness in this election. To some people, it's normal. To some, it's an aberration. Let me start from Omolara. Is it normal or is it an aberration?
I won't say it's normal. It has always been there, but maybe in terms of
the enormity,
the number of states. But we're equating it with who to blame again. It boils out to the politicians, because most of the issues around it, like violence, ballots snatching, even when people don't even come out, because when they heard the previous one, they know that somebody was shot in the community and nothing happened. Nobody was caught, nobody was prosecuted. So everybody, we live in a community that we are very is unique. People will say, don't go out because nobody wants to lose his or her life. At the end of the day, they believe that most of the politicians, after all, they are going there to serve
themselves
and not to really do service to the people. And most of the ideas that they came out to sell during the campaign. So I don't think it's the end of it. I think it's an ongoing thing. Decimal. It's going to be like a recurring decimal in the political space.
Yes, it will.
Okay. Why do you say so?
Because you are seeing it from the negative, I'm seeing it from the positive.
What is positive in inconclusiveness?
Of it is that is democracy in action.
Okay. In what way?
Fine. In the past that you are talking about, they don't vote. They only
allocate
figures. Somebody was talking yesterday, which I agree with on one program, that to conduct election in Rivers State, if you want to conduct painstaking election that will be more acceptable, you will need at least 2 weeks. You know why? Because apart from Port Harcourt that can easily be reached, others are riverine area where you go through boat and all the rest. But in the past, what they do is not to write results for those areas. They will just pretend as they went there to go and vote.
It's still an allegation.
Oh.
Yes.
That's why I said.
No proof yet.
Many proof in the election tribunal. That's what brought the like of Edo State governor then, Oshiomhole, into government. That's what brought Fayemi into government. That's what brought even Mimiko then under LP. That's what brought him into government. That's what brought Aregbesola into government. Apportioning of figures. When they challenge it in the court up to the Supreme Court has.
So we should not be disturbed about
No, it is a good sign of saying the voice of the people is now counting. When you see that there is a difference between both two political gladiator or the two contestants, and it's so close, but the council vote, the area where we have problem is the area of the council votes, which becomes so higher than the difference between two gladiators.
Between the winner and the loser.
No,
we
we can't
get
call
in
them
some-
winner and losers now.
Okay.
We can only call them the two gladiators because until the
final result.
So you look
Up
at
to Supreme Court.
Yeah, no, not even the court issue until the INEC declare who won. And the process of declaring
excuse
winner.
me, in some cases, in Sokoto, for instance,
Yeah.
the margin between Tambuwa and Aliu less than 500.
314.
Yes.
Good. That
Yes.
is democracy.
Yes.
But if you look at in the past, let's go back to 2011, 2017, 2007, 2003. You will see the gap between Tambuwa and the next thing I get from my 12 to my 13.
Millions.
I mean, you might imagine where you go to Rivers State and they are returning election and they are bringing 4 million. Are you getting my point? So you could. That's why I say I consider it as a plus to the fact that
As a positive development.
the system have
It
now
is
allowed
growing.
void. Look at what happened in the north. It's only even we here that we call ourselves sophisticated and educated that we don't even know what political education or political sophistication is all about. Look at the pattern of voting in the north. Let's take for example Bauchi. When they voted presidency, they know who they won. They are not voting for political party. We are still voting for political party in the southwest and southeast and south. They voted for who they want in presidency. They voted for who they want in House of Assembly. When it got to the governor, they knew the governor has messed up. They knew the governor had quagmires with the teachers and all some of the government officials and even the people that he gathered.
And they have opportunity to say no.
Well, we know who you are not coming. In fact, it's been about, it was Babajide Titodi that make me to realize that since about a year ago, they have been telling him that, well, only one time you will get. And they make sure it comes to. Look at the issue of Kano.
That's another one. When
they voted for the presidents, they know but you don't tamper with Buhari's election in the Kano. When it comes to House of, you know that the party APC hold all the senators and House of Rep. When it comes to House of Assembly, they voted 20 of APC. But when it comes to the governor, he sweated before he could be able to get it. In fact, if not for the rerun on this thing, he sweat that.
That's why some
that
excuse me. That's why some people feel that the inconclusiveness in some instances were instigated.
No, if it were to be instigated, don't let us prejudice because the matter is still going to court.
But I said some people, and that's why they are going to court.
And all of them are still going to court because, like I read over there, the returning officer had the final word of view on candidate declarations and otherwise, except is to get review. So it is the process that led to that cancellation that the court will look into. So, but I was just trying to bring to you that it is political involvement and democracy improvement on the side of the northern area to have taught us here to know that you stop.
Don't follow political parties.
Don't being follow a political party. We are now. That is the purpose of my group. Then vote for service. If you see somebody that has served you, vote for him. If you see somebody that is not, to an average Hausa man, they hate somebody that they call Barao. Not when they now see their governor pocketing money. Allegedly, yes. But the outside people do not see that allegedly because it is what they can see. It's not something they hear.
Ganya Fiji.
You tap to do that. It's what they can tell us. Hey, this one Kai Baraini. That was the reason why he asked for.
In Kano also, it was like call it alleged now that during the inconclusive
election,
that quickly went back to the community. Most of those communities, and was. There were roads.
Now doing things that ought to have been done.
Some of the factors, because there have been argument. People are saying, just like she said now, that is it really reflecting the wish of the people? Although it's still.
To me, I believe it reflects because
I think those things matter.
You know in 2015.
Back to those communities.
You know in 2015. All these people have a kind of a smooth run at the back of Buhari in the name of Buhari sack. Everybody was like, okay. But now it is now dependent
You have
on
to
who
bear
you
your
have
father's
to
name.
bear your father. Look at those places that they lost now. They lost Adamawa now. Bindo lost in Adamawa. I can tell you when you want to have a rerun of somebody leaving you with
They are doing rerun.
somebody leaving you with 32,000, you now have about 40,000 rerun to do. So which magic do you want to use? Do you understand? So what made him to lose? Internal ranking of the political party, and at the same
possibly
time,
non-performance.
what his own performance all about. And that is what I said, that we should continue to educate ourselves that claim to be educated.
Let's look at the media quickly before we go. Would we say the media has done well in this 2019 general election?
That's a really big one. I believe the media has taken sides. We should have used the word independence.
Okay.
We are the media.
We are supposed to be the watchdog.
Exactly. What they carrying out or giving out informed, or how would I put it? So I think
Unbiased information.
Unbiased reporting of the whole situation. So I believe
We are moving around.
No, sir. So your